Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the RISCO VUpoint webinar. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. I hope you can all see and hear okay. If you can't, please raise your hand. My name's Greg Smith. I'm Marketing Manager for the UK and Ireland. With me today is Dave Strawson, who's Sales Manager for the Central Region. Ian Stones, who's our Head of Sales. And two of our guys from Technical, Derek and Mark. On this session, we'll be introducing you to what we consider the first integrated video recording and alarm solution with a VUpoint NVR. You'll see that you're all set to mute for the duration of the presentation. We will keep you on mute. Once the presentation is completed, we'll open up the questions. We'll explain how you do that once the presentation is complete. So for now, I will pass you over to Dave.
Good afternoon, gents. Hope you're well. Thank you for your time today. I know you're all busy, so we'll try and keep this as sweet and succinct as we can. Some of you have probably been involved with VUpoint before in its formation between its release and a couple of weeks ago. What I first want to do, for those of you that may not be familiar, is just sort of get us all on the same page now with the VUpoint solution and just explain sort of what it is and what it gives us now moving forward. So the primary thing is, as Greg touched on there, now the VUpoint solution gives full CCTV capability with the addition of the range of NVRs that some of you will have seen detail on already. That gives full integration between video and alarm integration through the one app interface, giving real-time video verification. The installation for the system is very similar to the VUpoint P2P cameras, but we'll run through that in more detail in a little time. But it's very plug and play, quick and easy, no configuration on router whatsoever. And importantly for us, it all sits and is powered by the RISCO cloud, which gives huge benefits to you as an installer and to the end user through its high level of security. So, in respect of installation, the current setup with CCTV linking to alarm systems is that generally you are doing two separate installations, which both sit on different app interfaces, two different user interfaces, different logos. It's a bit messy, not that convenient for you, and it doesn't give the best of benefits to the end user. So let's look at how things have changed and what we can give you moving forward. As we know, when we talk about alarm events, and certainly when you're looking at police response and things these days, time is key in whatever happens. So if you're looking at two applications on different apps, you've got your alarm system coming through as a notification on your RISCO or Free Control, and then potentially having to switch into a separate app to preview video and see what's going on site. That can all take time. It doesn't always mean that the cameras are located in the same positions as the alarm events, and depending upon when the alerts come through and you get through to the video, it doesn't mean that intruders potentially are going to be in the same areas as the areas you've got CCTV cameras installed. So with our platform now moving forward, the time is reduced to a minimum. It gives you point identification on intrusion, live video verification on what caused that intrusion, and then the ability to track and go back through events all from within the same app. We know that when sites get broken into, whether it's residential or whether it's commercial, often the intruders will look for an NVR system where they can see CCTVs installed, for the reason that if the NVR is stolen, the intruders know that vital evidence is removed from the site. And in so doing so, it's harder to prove that anything has happened if the police are involved. So the RISCO solution, if we look at the current On traditional CCTV, you've got the ability to record and to live view at any point. With our VUpoint solution as was, you were able to live view and you had alarm verification through push notified snapshots and video clips. But now with the introduction of the NVR, we get the best of all worlds. We have a 3-point system now where you've got live view on demand, you've got alarm verification with push notifications, and also ability to get into recordings and archive footage. So it's a full 360 system offering now, all within the same app interface. And we talk about that in respect of it filling the gap. Just a different graphic, but you can see there with CCTV, you've got live and you've got play. No alarm event. Taken out of that, you can have some video motion, but it's not true intruder notification. It's not always reliable. Well, then with VUpoint, you've got live, you've got now playback, but alarm verification triggered from a professional install intruder system. VUpoint NVR, as I mentioned earlier, is purely plug and play. For those of you that are familiar with the RISCO cloud, everything is done within your cloud admin system with no configuration to the router on site, and it will connect to any camera of any type as it shows there. You've got the current range on the left of the VUpoint P2Ps with the Wi-Fi cameras, the PoE line, which has a free license of connection, and then OnVIF cameras and our VUPro 4 megapixel cameras on the right. So, setup of the system. What you would initially do on site is get your cameras connected onto the network. So be that the VUpoint 1.3 or the 2 megapixel PoE, and or your third party OnVIF compatible cameras. As it notes on there, the VUPro cameras have a free connection license for the cloud. Third party OnVIF cameras would be subject to a one-off license connection to get you on the cloud platform. You would then connect your NVR onto the network also, and within your cloud admin account, you would add the NVR to a site via the MAC address, and then the NVR interface will take you through the process of adding all the cameras that you require onto the cloud site and access into the app, leaving the only thing for you to do then, if you have an alarm fitted, is to set up the alarm detection triggers to send the push notifications through. And once everything is on the system and everything is configured, as soon as the end user has registered their app credentials, they've got full live access to everything that is going on within that site. Also the ability to push that through to a monitoring center if required. And what we will have shortly is a end user desktop version of the app for them to stream video through PC, laptop, etc. And again, just to reinforce, from an end user perspective, as soon as the cameras and system is registered, they've got live view access. If you're viewing through the app on the cameras section, for those of you that know the submenu, you would just select them from a list in the normal view. If you select the video recorder option to view, as you can see on the left there, you now get a split screen display, and you would select the one you want to go into live view. And equally on the playback, you would drop into the split screen display and select the cameras you want to go back on archive footage. And then you've got your push alarm notifications as normal, being snapshot and or 30-second video clip. So this is probably one of the most important slides for us, and equally for yourselves and the end user, in that the cloud server that RISCO use is secured by design, along with the RISCO app interface. giving you peace of mind and also giving your end users peace of mind that is meets the police preferred specification. The other main point I want to make on this slide is that when we talk about cloud storage of images, the cloud will only have uploaded the snapshots and the 30-second video clip which are triggered by an alarm interface event. Anything else that's recorded on the NVR is stored locally only, even though it's visible and accessible from the app. The NVR data is only a local storage. One of the key things for that, and one of the upsell points for you guys, is again coming back to the point that NVRs are often stolen when break-ins occur. You can assure your end users that any images triggered from that event, even though the data has gone on the NVR, the actual trigger events are still stored remotely in the cloud. So you've still got proof of data. They within the cloud default to being saved for 30 days, but as installers you can change that and store them up to 90 days if the site requires. So we mentioned our cloud being secured by design, and the reasons for that is the security level and things that we carry within that cloud system. Firstly, you've got the encryption, which sits on the Microsoft Azure platform, so it's their 128-bit encryption, which is equal to sort of online banking standards. You've also got your PIN and biometric authentication on the phone to actually get in. So nowadays, with either your biometric or face recognition, you've got a level of security to get in there. But then thirdly, above all of this, RISCO implement a one-time generated token system, which I'll try and keep sort of plain English for you. When an app user accesses a camera on their app and asks to view that camera, the app requests in the cloud to connect to whichever camera it is. The cloud then issues two tokens, one that it sends to the app and one that it sends to the camera the end user wants to view. And then via the cloud, there's then a line of communication open between the end user phone and the camera. And only upon presenting those matched tokens at each end of the process does the cloud open up the stream for you to view. If somebody gets sort of distracted, for example, and that process is sort of timed out and they go back in, that token is regenerated randomly through, as it says there, cryptography algorithm, which is far beyond my technical knowledge. But all three placed together means it is the most secured platform within this market available to you guys. So what the VUpoint solution? Primarily, from an end user perspective, it's one single app now for video, and that's full video integration and for intrusion, giving live, alarm verified push notifications and recorded access at the same time, giving you real-time visual evidence of anything that's occurred on site, obviously according to the end user having a network connection. The cloud backup of alarm triggered events, so in the occasions where an NVR is stolen, you've still got evidential images restored remotely, and the cloud through its cyber and privacy protection is the best in class. So peace of mind to end users. The values to you guys as installers, the RISCO cloud gives you now upsell and upgrade opportunities to either add CCTV to existing intruder installations. You can now lead with a CCTV system to get people into the app and go the other way and look at upgrading the alarm system later on. You've got your home automation upgrade that will integrate into these systems. And in the coming months, we will have a video doorbell released as well, which gives you more reason to go back. The installations are very simple. They're all managed from one central point, and it is all plug and play. video admin management. You control everything that happens on the system remotely. You can do updates on firmware remotely. You can change record times remotely. You can change camera settings remotely, all through the video interface within within the cloud. So with your remote configuration and upgrade of firmware, and for accounts with sort of minimum annual spend thresholds, you've got the branded app. So when you're selling these services as part of your service contract, you can sell it as an ABC alarm system rather than an RISCO system. For the end user, again, we'll be repeating a lot of these, but they're important key features that you need to use, I would suggest, when you're selling to your end user, that it's a single app now. There is no need to switch between apps for video and alarm. Everything is in the same place. Video verification for alarm handling. So as well as knowing what's happened on the site, when they access that push notification, it will take them straight into the event and present them with pre and post images so they can see exactly why that device or that system is activated. If you've got customers that have got multiple sites, the app can now deal with up to 250 different sites from the one app interface. And again, the cloud platform with its secured by design is the best in class for cyber and privacy protection. So your end customer can be safe in the knowledge that the data protection that they enter is not going anywhere. So what do we offer within the VUpoint system? Firstly, now we've got a range of NVRs, which includes 4, 8, and 16 channel. The 4 channel, as you can see there, has both network variant and a PoE variant. The 8 channel is only PoE, and the 16 channel is a network connected unit. I just also make at that point that the NVRs as standard are supplied without a hard drive. We do sell 1, 2, and 4 terabyte drives, which are Seagate units. But if as an installer you prefer to use Western Digital, for example, you've got the freedom and flexibility to fit whatever you like into the units. So camera-wise, as we highlighted earlier, you've got the Wi-Fi enabled range of 1.3 megapixel, internal and external. The 2 outer cameras you can see there, the Cube and the indoor pan tilt, both also come with 2-way audio, allowing you to communicate onto site remotely from within the app. And also the Wi-Fi cameras can be connected via Ethernet, but in each instance they do need a local 12-volt supply to them. Up from there, we've now got the PoE range of cameras, which are 2 megapixel. So it just depends on the type of installation that you want to carry out, according to which cameras you would choose to use. And then there's also an external bullet camera, 2 megapixel with a varifocal lens, if that's what you require on the site. We touched on this earlier on with the system configuration. We have a range of cameras called VUPro, which in their normal state would operate as a sort of a conventional standalone type CCTV. There is no cloud connectivity within these cameras, unless you're going through sort of port forwarding and whatever, and they would come with their own range of NVRs and a separate app. However, you can connect VUPro cameras if you want higher resolution. You can connect those to the VUpoint NVR solution now, and the NVR will take care of all the connections of these cameras through to the RISCO cloud. So again, making everything now completely plug and play. Then also within the VUPro, you've got the PTZ camera there and the internal pan tilt camera, which both have full connectivity and operational control within the iRISCO and the Free Control app.